Well, hello, good day, and welcome back to the Certified Jordan channel. Today on this channel, we will not be discussing upcoming projects or projects that we are currently working on. Instead, this will be a quick video and an update around what's happened in the last 3 months with me and my twin brother, the actual Jordan, being involved in our accident. I'm going to explain a bit what happened in the accident. It is July, it's winter in South Africa, and for the entire April, May and June, both me and my brother was trapped in our beds. And although that might sound glorious to some people, I am not the type of person that likes to do nothing. I'm not the type of person that sits in front of the TV binge watching series and things. I'm the type of person, this is my place, the shop. This is where I like to spend time, and this is where I live my life. However, the last 3 months did not make that possible for me. I had to make peace with that. It was difficult for me lying in bed. However, I strictly followed doctor's order because, you see, it's not my first time around this tree. It's not the first time I broke my back. It's the second time I broke my back. The first time I went back to work too early. I did things that I was not supposed to do, working in the shop and so forth. And ultimately, the healing process was extended quite a bit by not following doctor's orders. So, welcome back to a squeaky clean shop. And now the reason for the shop being squeaky clean is fairly obvious. Okay, let's start off by, firstly, I want to quickly say what's happened in my personal life. Secondly, the accident, we'll quickly discuss that, and then also I want to talk about my camera setup and so forth. All right. So, personal life things. Personal life, my youngest son also now has actually successfully completed his driver's license. And also he has motorcycle driver's license. So in South Africa, it works a bit differently than in other countries of the world. You can have a learner's license, whether for car or for motorcycle. Learner's license for a motorcycle you can have from age 16. And if you are 16 with a learner's motorcycle license, you are allowed to take up to and including a 125cc motorcycle, and you can use it. You may, however, not use it on freeways, and you also are not allowed to have a pillion on the back of your motorcycle. So it's solo riding, not freeway use, maximum 125cc. If you are an adult over the age of 18 and you have a learner's license, you can use your motorcycle over 125cc on a freeway, but you are still not allowed to pillion. The problem with, and that sounds fairly sharp. I mean, if you're 25 or 30 years old and you have a learner's license for motorcycle, you can use it. You can go on breakfast runs, you can travel to wherever you want to go. Using highways, it's not a problem. You can ride a 1000cc motorcycle. The problem is with the learner's license, they expire. It's quite a process to get an appointment made, and then you need to go and pay for your appointment within 24 hours, and then you need to study for the test and go, and you might fail with 1 point and you need to do the whole process over. So it's just a schlep. Best thing is to get your motorcycle driver's license. Let's just wait for this motorcycle to pass. Nice Harley Davidson. Here's another one. This is a super bike. GSXR 1000. Here's another one. CBR 1000R or Fireblade. All right, guys. So let me quickly touch on that. So both my boys has been riding motorcycles their entire life. My youngest one actually liked it a bit more, so he had a whole lot of more bikes than my oldest boy. They differ only 1 year, 13 months to be exact. The one's birthday is in February, the other one is in March. So March this year, my youngest boy became of age 18. So he immediately went for his motorcycle license because he had a learner's. It was going to expire, I think, at the end of April. So he had it since he was 16, and he took his CBR 1000RR, and he just gone and done his license. He's passed that, so he's got a driver's license for motorcycles. And then when he became 18, he also gone and done his driver's license for a car. My oldest boy does not have a motorcycle license, but he does have a motor vehicle driving license. So both my sons now has their licenses. In South Africa, we get a car called a Renault Kwid or a Renault Kwid. Depends on where you are in the world and how you pronounce Renault. We say Renault. It's Kwid, Kwid, if you want to Google that. You get various different flavors and sizes of them in different kinds of the world. In South Africa, we only get the 1000cc, and there's 2 spec levels, the bottom one and the dynamic. I bought 2 of them, the dynamic 1000cc. They come with Android Auto, CarPlay, reverse camera, park distance control, electric windows, electric mirrors, power steering, air conditioner. I've got everything. I've added some nice free flow systems for them, free flow exhaust systems, some mud flaps, and we've also built them their own boxes for subwoofers and amplifiers. Everything was installed. However, my youngest son decided that he does not like the car and he wants something a bit more flashy. My deal with him was, as long as you drive the Kwid, I will pay for your maintenance. That includes services, tires, brakes, clutches, everything except fuel. So he then decided that he wants a Renault Megane RS Trophy, the 275 version, or is it the 265? I think it's a 275 version, which he then bought. You'll see the car on the channel. We are going to do some timing belt and general maintenance and servicing on that. However, that's not a cheap car to maintain, but now this CBR 1000 Project Midnight, that is a member of my channel, now needs to be sold because this car needs a timing kit change. It also needs a new water pump, and it needs some general maintenance on suspension bushings and so forth. So if you are in the market for a motorcycle, you can see and view this motorcycle on my channel. You can see what we've done to it. It's got 27,000 kilometers on the clock at the moment. It's absolutely pristine, mechanically perfectly sound. There's nothing wrong with it. We've got the paperwork, everything. So if you are in the market for a 1000cc superbike, here's an opportunity for you to buy this one. All right. Then I had to buy my wife a new car. So her new car is here. That's a Toyota Starlet. We purchased this for her. So that is covering what's happened in my personal life. The accident. So the company I work for, and my brother works for the same company, we have offices all over the West Rand area. So the West Rand is a region. It consists of 4 towns, namely Krugersdorp, Randfontein, Western Area, Carletonville, and Falkville. Sorry, it's 5 towns. So our office, or my office, is in Krugersdorp. My brother's office is in Randfontein. Now, Randfontein is the head office. So my brother works at the head office. So on April the 3rd, 2025, I was in the office in Krugersdorp, and I needed to go to Randfontein. It's quarter end early in April. The first quarter is over and done with. So it's quarterly reports, quarterly performance things that needs to be submitted and so forth every quarter. So I had to go to head office in Randfontein to go and submit my monthly reports and my quarterly reports and the rest of the quarterly things that needs to be done. My brother also had to go to the head office. He was at the time in my office busy with some work. So he said, you know what, I need to go to Randfontein anyway. You can come with me. Let's drive with my car. We'll go to Randfontein, do whatever we need to do, and then this afternoon I can just bring you back. So I said, you know what, that sounds good. We got into his 2023 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, which is the adventure shape or the adventure flavor in the USA, or the Edge in Australia. We got into his car, we drove to Randfontein, we did whatever we need to do there, and then my boss actually requested an additional report he needs from me urgently. So my brother had to bring me back to the office in Krugersdorp. It's about 16 kilometers. So he said, you know what, it's fine. He'll grab his laptop and things. We'll go to my office, and then he'll continue to work from my office for the rest of the day whilst I am preparing the report for my boss. So we got into the car and we drove back to Krugersdorp. And there's a crossing at a certain place called Uncle Harry's. It's a roadhouse where, I don't know how to put this, a lady at the age of 19, she had her license for 3 days. She drove right in front of us. She was coming from Krugersdorp side. I'll put a map on the screen right now, try to show you what I'm meaning by this. We were traveling from here. We were traveling in this direction, and then she came from this side and she had to cross over right in front of us, turning right into the street right here. What happened is we were coming down the road. The speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles an hour. We were traveling at 80 k's an hour and she just drove straight in front of us and we T-boned her badly. That was not the issue for all the injuries. That accident actually was maybe 5% of the whole thing. What happened was after we've hit her, the car strayed to the left of the road, off the road, into a ditch. Now, this is about a 5-meter drop. So after the accident on the webcam footage, which I can unfortunately not show you because the investigation is not over yet, but what happened is we went off the road into this ditch. And there we had, according to the dash footage, about another 5 or 6 very bad severe impacts as the car's nose hit the ground and then the tail, and we hit a big hole in the ground. It's a unlevel surface. There's nothing going on. It's basically an open grass field. So that's what happened there, and then we ended up against the tree. So we were transported from there via ambulance to the Pinehaven Hospital here in Krugersdorp. We've been in hospital for almost 2 weeks, and then we were sent home, where we spent our time in bed. Hence the perfectly clean, nice and squeaky clean shop. All right, so the doctor cleared us to go back to work. We will be back in the office on Tuesday. I think it's the 10th of April. The 10th of July. We'll be back in office on light duty. As we cannot sit or stand for too long, we also cannot really drive for too long. And I just told you how big our area is. So if you can imagine, if I live in Krugersdorp and I have a meeting in Carletonville, it's an hour and 10 minutes drive there, and then it's 3-4 hours to sit in a meeting, and then another hour 10 minutes to drive back home. So that's going to be a bit difficult to do. So we'll see and figure it out how we are going to do what. So that's just a bit of feedback I wanted to give you guys on the accident itself and what happened there. So the doctor cleared us. That doesn't mean that I can now fully just jump into the shop and start doing what I used to do and work myself to death. However, I have a motorcycle, which is my own motorcycle, the Cruiser, that I desperately want to start working on. I want to get this bike finished, and I want to be able to use my motorcycle. So I'm going to really start tackling this after work in the afternoons and on weekends, so that I can make something of this motorcycle and use it again. Then my camera equipment. You'll see I've got a new microphone. It's a third microphone I'm trying out just to get better audio on my videos. I know my videos, you'll see sometimes in my time lapses, it goes out of focus, it goes out of whack a bit, and then it doesn't really recover. So my new camera is on order. I've ordered a proper camera, but that will only get you in November. So that's still going to be quite a while that I'll have to film with my current camera setup. I'll also still use my DJI Action cameras to also help me out with that. But so yes, I just wanted to say that a new camera for the channel is coming, is on order, so we'll get that whenever it comes. Guys, if working in a shop and fixing a motorcycle and doing some work to cars and things, if that's your cup of tea, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you are already subscribed, thank you very much for your support. A thumbs up to the videos goes a long way. YouTube's algorithms works in odd ways, and I can see from my studio app that 96% of people that watches my videos are not subscribed, and they also don't leave a comment or leave a like. I want to humbly request you to please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, help me obtain better camera equipment to put me in a position to make better video content for you guys to enjoy. I really enjoy making these videos. Yes, it does take a lot of time. I'm editing myself, I'm doing everything myself, so I'm really trying my best to put quality footage and quality viewing pleasure stuff for you online. Thank you very much for tuning in. I can't wait to start working on my own motorcycle and to share the progress and everything that is done on that with you. Thank you very much for hanging in there for the past 3 months. Sorry about the small amount of content that went out live from my side, but hopefully we will be able to fix that. Thank you so much, guys. Until the next video, be safe, drive safe, ride safe, and God bless. Cheers.